Hi everyone, it's Kelly from Kelly's Bead Boutique. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy bracelet using only just about 6 parts. So come and join me. So today I'm going to show you how to make this really adorable little bangle bracelet using this cute tiara cast flower part. So I have one of their little flower centerpieces. These come in 4 different colors, but today I'm going to use their bright silver. I also have 2 pieces of 1.5mm leather, and these are both cut to about 10 inches long. I have about 2 inches of a nice flat cable chain that we're going to use for a safety chain. I have 2 little 4.5mm 18 gauge jump rings. I have a nice little strong magnet, and I've got 2 cord ends that have a nice little center that we're going to crimp. And I have a little tube that I'm going to use to make my barrel knots. All right, so let's see how we do this. So I'm going to take my center piece that I've got, and you can see that they have all kinds of little petals on them, and I find that these 2 are the ones that are sort of across from each other. So those are the ones that I'm going to use so that it sits nicely on my wrist. I'm going to place my leather inside, even it up, and then I'm going to pull the top one up by about an extra inch or so, because that's the one that we're going to be wrapping, so I want to have that a little bit longer. I'm going to take my little tube and place it in between the leather, and I'm going to take the top one, pull it underneath, and work towards my left hand. And I want to make sure as I'm wrapping that I'm not overlapping my leather. So I'm going to go around a total of 3 times, and I grab hold of it. I take the end and put it in the back side of the tube, push that up through, and then you can see that the leather came out of the tube. Pull the tube out. Now you don't want to just sort of pull this, you want to get it all sort of, put where you want. So I'm going to pull that down a little bit, and then I start pulling with the one that I wrapped with. Now don't pull it all at one time, because you'll end up with a bit of a mess. So I want to make sure these are nice and even before I pull them tight. And that's looking pretty good. So once it's where I want it, I give it a nice strong pull. There we go. And there you see we have 3 little wraps in there. And this is kind of a nice antique red, so it's got little bits of black and stuff in there, which is kind of neat. We just got it in. Okay, so put the next one in. And I'm going to pull that off by about an inch. Place my tube in there. And I'm going to take the one that's furthest away from me, and I'm going to pull it towards me and wrap it around 1 time, twice, 3 times, and you'll see that we're always working towards my left hand. Come in the back side of the tube, and then I'm going to pull the tube out, but you can see I'm still holding on to that little knot. I don't want it to go anywhere. So now to move it down a bit, I pull on the opposite one that I didn't use, and then to tighten up the knot, I'm going to tighten up on the leather that I did wrap with. So just give that a little snug down, and there you go, we have a nice little finish on there. Okay, so I have found that if I place the little flower at the 0 mark and then go up to about 2.5 inches of leather, that's about the perfect size. So I'm just going to trim that off, and I'm going to repeat on the opposite side. Now if you have a smaller wrist or a larger wrist, you can make this to your size first. Okay, so get rid of that. Now I have these 2 little crimp ends. So what I'm going to do is place that on there. So before I do that, I want to make sure that these 2 pieces are equal, and one is just a little bit longer. I must have had it a little crooked when I was trimming, so have them nice and even. Place both of your ends on there, and I'm going to take a pair of chain nose pliers. Now you can see that those are poking up, and I don't want them to be poking through, so I'm just going to sort of pull it back till you can't see them. And then I'm just going to crimp that midsection, just that little part there. I'm going to turn it over and do that a couple times. and then I'm going to repeat on the other side. So make sure that your leathers aren't crossed over. They're nice and even, that everything's where you want it to be. Pull that back. Okay. So now we're going to add our jump rings and all of our end pieces. So these are the really super strong little magnets. So I find the easiest way to work with them is to pull them apart. Easier said than done. These little stinkers get caught in everything. There we go. But they're great because they don't come apart very easily. So I'm going to use a small little jump ring. I've got a 4.5 millimeter 18 gauge jump ring, which is nice and strong. So I'm going to use a pair of bent chain nose pliers and my chain nose pliers and open them up. I'm going to place that through one end, and I'm going to take my little safety chain. Because these are strong magnets, they can attach to things, and we don't want to lose our bracelet. So this just kind of helps. And you take your other end there, get in there, and tighten that up. And make sure you do up your jump rings nice and snug. So I sort of jiggle them back and forth. I'm going to turn it over and repeat on the other side. I told you they're strong. Open up and put the chain on. So I like to put these on in the same sequence so things don't get, you know, sort of put the wrong way. Do that up. And there we go. So now when you do it up, it's super easy to get on, but you have this cute little dangle on there, and they look really sweet when they're on. So there you go. Super simple. We're going to have these in kit form in a bunch of different colors. Make sure if you like the video that you like it, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any comments or questions, I always answer them, so please make sure to leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching.